Okay, we're getting ready to make hummus. It's super duper easy. So you're going to start with your 2 cans of whatever kind of beans. You can have garbanzo beans. I'm using Great Northern beans, white beans, cannellini beans, black beans, whatever you feel like. I just crack them open and put them in the sink and in the strainer and wash them off so they're good to go. And you're going to have your Cuisinart or your whatever food processor with the chopping blade on it. So with wherever it is, that blade, and the beans are washed. So we're just going to pour the beans into the food processor as carefully as we can. We're going to add, now if you're using fresh garlic, you'll want to chop up the garlic first. So if you're using fresh garlic, put in maybe a whole bunch, like 10 cloves, 10 cloves or something. I like to use this already minced up garlic, and I'm going to use a big old spoonful of that. So that's probably like 4 cloves. I'm putting 2 of those, so I have like 8 cloves. So if you're using fresh cloves, put those in first and mush them all up, and then put the beans in. So then add the attachment. Get her going. Okay, that's good. That's starting to go. Now we're going to add about a quarter, maybe half a cup of the tahini. So if yours has separated, then stir it up first. Add like half a cup of that. I like to add my spices now because then they get all mixed in. So you want to add about a teaspoon and a half of salt. I use sea salt, but use whatever kind you want. About a teaspoon and a half of that. You're going to have about a teaspoon and a half of cumin. So just have that. That's my most favorite spice in the world. You're going to have, if you happen to have it, you're going to have 1/8 of a teaspoon of coriander. If you don't have coriander, well, no big deal. Skip that part. Nobody will die over 1/8 of a teaspoon of anything. So if you have it, put that in. And you're going to put in about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now again, if you have it, put it in. And if you like it to be hotter, add a little more. If you don't like it as hot, you can skip that. That's no big deal. So we are going to put this lid back on. Maybe. Start it up again. And now what we're going to do while it's blending is add about a quarter cup of olive oil. And I just pour it in while it's going because I like to watch the consistency. You can measure this out if you want to first. And then it starts to get into a really nice smooth consistency, but depending on how thick you like it. So right now this one is nice and thick. If you were going to scoop up veg and stuff, this would be great. If you want it to be a little bit thinner, add a little bit more olive oil. And it's as easy as that. You're totally done. Now if you want plain hummus, you've got it. You're already finished. If you want to have flavored hummus, you can add, at this point, you could add roasted red peppers, you could add pine nuts, you could add whatever you wanted to flavor the hummus if you want to, or you can do that after the fact. You can have part plain and part something else. That's all there is to it, and eat it and enjoy. It stays in your fridge for quite some time. Put it in a Tupperware, and you're good to go. Have fun.